Hi everyone, welcome to UWork's video on the Gmail app. If you don't have it, go ahead and download it and we'll attach your professional email to it. If you do have it, go ahead and open it up. Once we open the app, this is what you'll be presented with if you have a Gmail account or an email already attached to the application. If not, if you click the top right-hand corner, press Add an Account, you'll be prompted with a bunch of different email accounts you can attach to this app. So if you have a Gmail account, press Google, press Continue, and then go ahead and put in your email address, and then it'll ask you to put your password in, and you'll be good to go. So backtracking, this is what the app looks like when you open it up. Any emails that you have not read yet are in bold. So like the top email says, that's bold, meaning that it has not been read, you haven't looked at it. If it has been read, it is not bold and kind of blends in like the bottom emails do. So if I click on it and then I go back out, it now says that I've read it. So I'm going to click on it. If you guys have any questions during this video whatsoever, go ahead and email that email right there, anactus.uwork@gmail.com. So really quick, looking at this email, you have your subject line, which is welcome, and that's just a brief overview of what the email would be about. And we'll go into more detail on how to write a professional email in a different video. But really quick, just looking at the features of an email, you have the subject line, you have the body, which is where you see that anactus.uwork@gmail.com email. That's the body where the main text of the email will be, and then the signature, which is Morgan Flack, and then the signature line, which you will learn how to create in the how to create an email video. Now, if we go back out and you only want to look at emails from one particular email address, because you might have a couple, you go out to the right. See how I have 3 email addresses right here? You want to click the one that you want to look at. So for this purpose, we're going to look at the SFU Enactus UWork email. Make sure you click on that and then go to the 3 lines over on the left, and then you want to go to primary. And that's going to show you all the emails in that one email address. If you go to all inboxes, that's all the email accounts you have linked and all the emails you got from all of the email accounts together. So if you just want to look at one specific email address, make sure you click primary and you are in the email account that you want to look at. So now that I have all the emails from one address, I'm going to also show you a couple things on this left-hand side here with those 3 lines. So if you click on those 3 lines right there, there are a couple different things you can do. So the first one you see is starred. So if we go back out here and I see something that's important and I need to remember to come back to that email, I'm going to go ahead and star it. So that just means clicking the star on the right-hand side, right there. So the star turns yellow, which means it then gets put in to that starred kind of folder right there. So this, if I have a job interview or something very important, I'm going to star that email so it won't get lost in the rest of the emails. It's very important that you do that. So when you're done with it, you can just press unstar, and then it goes away and kind of falls into the rest of the emails you have there. Another thing you can do in the 3 lines is you can look at, if you need to go back and find an email, you can go to sent, and these are all the emails that you sent, and you just go through all of those. You can come back out here. Drafts. This is very important right here. So these are any emails that you started to write, but you never sent. So it kind of is like a way for it to automatically send an email that, automatically save an email that you might have accidentally closed out of or something. So pretend I'm working on an email, and then all of a sudden, I get distracted and I exit out of that email that I was writing, and I start panicking. I'm like, oh no, where did that email go? Well, don't worry, it'll go to drafts. So that just means you haven't sent it yet, but you've started to type something, so it saves it for you. All right, so we're just going to go back out to these 3 dots here. Another thing you can do is press this button called Create New, and it's under this Labels tab. So Create New, this is kind of creating a folder for you to organize your emails. So say you have in this email address you're looking for, you also applied to a lot of jobs with this email address. So you want to create a label saying like potential jobs. Okay, just type in what that label will be on that folder, press done, and now you have a folder for potential jobs. So if you go back to these three dots, you now see, oh, potential jobs. So let's go back out to our email. So let's pretend this top email is for jobs or my potential jobs, and I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I organize it. Click those three dots up at the top right-hand side. You want to press move to, and then potential jobs is the bottom folder. So now that email disappears from my main screen, and I can go over here, go to labels, potential job, and there it is. It's just a way for you to stay organized. Now, with that being said, you want to make sure you don't have too many labels, so it's, so specific you can't figure out which folder you put it in. Just something to keep you organized. All right. Another thing, if you accidentally delete something, you can go into your trash account and look at it and move it. And then how to write an email in this Gmail app. So it's kind of blended, it blends in a little bit at the bottom, but at the bottom right-hand corner, you can see this plus sign, which is to write a new email. So you just click it, the new email, a new email pops up, and you can look at the bottom where it says from. If I have multiple email addresses attached to it, and you need to send it from a certain email address, you can just click the down arrow and click whatever email you need to send, whatever email you're sending from to. So if you need to write one hypothetically to an employer and you're in maybe your email account for where you send your coupons or something, you want to make sure you switch your email account so you're with your professional email and not your spam email account or something like that. And then that subject line where it said welcome in that email I showed you, that's where you're going to write a quick overview of what the email is going to be about. And then where it says compose an email, that's going to be the body, so what your email actually is. All right. And last but not least, if you can't find an email and you need to find one, you can just go ahead and press search mail, type in whatever you need. So if I'm just looking for something from this Morgan person, I type in that name, and all the emails that have her included or is sent to her or whatever are going to be on this account or on this search. So that's just a very, very quick overview of how to use the Gmail app. So if you do need any help or you have any more questions, it was very brief. Please email this email up at the top where it says enactus.uwork@gmail.com. We will be answering questions, and we are not afraid to answer anything. So any question you have, throw our way.